What's going on, everybody? It's the Chevy Dude here, one of your most favorite, fun-loving Corvette salesmen in the country. That was my 2016 2LT Z51, and I am stupid excited to announce that I have ordered my 2020 Corvette C8. I'm absolutely crazy excited that I will be hopefully one of the first people in the world to own a mid-engine Corvette, and you can order your car too. So in today's video, we're going to talk about all of the important dates, including 100% accurate the day production starts. We're going to talk about when the Corvette ordering starts, when the Corvette factory will pick up your order and give you a build week. And also, down in the description below is a link to my blog website, and there is a way to ensure that it helps you help the dealer make ordering your car much easier. We're going to talk about that as well. The online configurator is not very helpful when coming to the dealer and say, this is what I want, compared to the way the dealers order. So if this is the first time that you're watching my channel, make sure you smash that thumbs up button, click the bell for all notifications, and leave a thumbs up. A great way to support this channel, not only by doing all of that, is checking out my merch store, ChevyDudeStore.com. We have these awesome stickers. We have shirts like this. We have some really cool hats. We have these awesome key tags for you Americans with the Chevy Dude autograph on the back. And since I have a lot of people in Canada, we have the Canada keychains as well. On the back, Chevy Dude, with the maple leaf. So check out ChevyDudeStore.com. That link is in the description as well. Let's also shoot for 10,000 thumbs up on this video. The Corvette ordering is here. 10,000 likes to tell Chevrolet to get these cars out on the road so consumers can be driving. 10,000 thumbs up. Let's do it. I know you guys can do it. Let's talk about the biggest news in Corvette history, and that's that we can start ordering these cars right now. So July 24th, the quick order opened up in the General Motors Chevrolet dealership order system. So that means that we can submit an order right now. So I'm going to go over exactly what you need to do, how to talk to your dealer about it, and to make sure that you get the order correctly. Now, with all of these C7, I've sold over 500 C7s. I don't know the exact number, but somewhere right around there. And I've only made one mistake, and that was on a change order. The customer said, hey, I want black wheels. I forgot to change it, completely my fault. I luckily had it fixed. I fixed it. He got his black wheels. It's no issue. So I'm pretty analytical when it comes to making orders. So I'm going to kind of push that over to you so that way you can ensure that your dealer doesn't make a mistake on your car as well. Again, remember, this is all about your experience. It's your car. The excitement level that I have doing this video right now is through the roof. I literally have goosebumps and my hairs are standing on end because I can't wait to get this car. I've never been more excited to get a car than right now. So pricing becomes available on August 15th. So I said to all of my pre-orders that we may order a car without pricing, and this is exactly what it is. We may be ordering a car without pricing. So also a message to my pre-orders, and really to everybody else, don't call me tomorrow and say, hey, I want to put my order in. I'm sending you a text message with what we need to do, and so don't call me tomorrow because I got over 200 of these things. I can't have 200 people calling me all in one day because I still do need to sell cars. I don't get paid on these Corvettes until you take delivery. So I will communicate with you guys on everything. August 15th, pricing starts. The first allocations. So what happens is dealers get notified that they're going to have, say, like 3 Corvettes to build when Corvette decides to start picking up the allocations. So the first time that we are told how many Corvettes are going to be built for our weekly consensus is September 5th. So September 5th, dealerships will know exactly how many Corvettes that they're going to build and for that dealership. September 12th, that's a Thursday, is the first day that dealerships can push your orders to what's called 2200 status. That means that basically the way I like to explain it is the 1100 status is when you're in school and the teacher asks you a question and you raise your hand. And you're raising your hand, you're 1100 status. You're like, I know the answer, I want to answer. Well, 1100 status is you raising your hand to General Motors saying, I want to build a car, pick me. 2200 status is the teacher saying, little Johnny, what's the question? What's the answer to that question? So 2200 status is saying, GM saying, okay, we see you raising your hand that you want to build a car. We're going to accept your order. So that's September 12th. That's the first day that cars can be pushed to 2200 status. The dealerships can do this. They have to do what's called a run pass on these orders. So they have to meet all constraints and all that stuff. Constraints will come out that same day as well. So if it passes constraints, they can push that on. I'm going to communicate with everybody on what constraints are out there. Every Thursday, I'm going to put up a video of what constraints are available and what's going on with that. So you be prepared for Thursdays to get that information from me. And then this is the big one. The first day that Corvettes are going to start producing is December 2nd. I can't wait. So that means most likely in January, maybe late of the first week, second week, the 10th, 11th, we'll start seeing Corvettes on dealerships lot, and maybe a little bit mid-January. So here's what happened in 2014. So 2014, they shipped cars off to Nashville, Tennessee. So let's hope that that doesn't happen for quality control. Also with the factory, I don't know the factory schedule, so I'm assuming this right now. The factory schedule, they will close down the week of Christmas, and they'll come back after January 1st. So usually that Monday after January 1st is when they'll come back. Now it's the factory, they do what they want to do. They probably have that all figured out. I haven't confirmed that. If I get that information, I will confirm. So they will build cars for 2 to 3 weeks, and then they go on shutdown, and then they'll come back after January 1st. Maybe they don't shut down at all because it's just such a new, exciting thing, but I think they will. And then we'll start seeing cars come out of quality control sometime in January. With that 2-week shutdown period, if that happens, it might delay that mid-January time, but we'll see what happens. And then let's talk about ordering, how to make these orders. So Chevrolet, as you know, has got the configurator up on their website, so that way you can configure your car. It's really cool. I like it. I've been playing with it a lot. And the thing to do is once you have your configuration ordered or configured the way you want it to be ordered, is sit there and email it to yourself. Don't email it to me if you're one of my customers. Don't email it to your salesperson. Don't email it to your dealer, because when you do that, there's no information coming from Chevrolet of who sent it, okay? I've had a couple people do that, and I have no idea who sent me a car. So email it to yourself, and then you can email that to your dealer. However, I'm going to talk about this here in a second too. This configurator that you have right here, this is not really set up to be conducive for a dealership to order your car. This right here can cause mistakes right here, okay? So be careful that you only send this. Also, with that being said, if you look at that and it says accessory on there, those accessories may not be readily available at the time of order, so be careful. There are actually a few accessories that are listed on the configurator that are not available in the quick order to even order with the car. So I'm talking about the hash marks on the fenders. They're not even in the quick order as of Saturday when I ordered my car. Engine cover. Engine covers are not in there. You can't order an engine cover at all when you order your car from the factory. And then the carbon fiber mirrors, that's another thing that I noticed that was not in there at all, because all three of those things were something that I wanted on my car that I ordered. So, but don't worry, those accessories are also what's called LPO, limited production orders. Anything that is an accessory LPO gets shipped to the dealership direct from the manufacturer. It does not come with the car. And then also, those are stuff that you can order straight from your dealership. So they may not be on your window sticker, but between now and December, maybe January, when you get your car, those might be some options that you can go into your local Chevy dealership and order them. Now, if you go to every Chevy dealership's website, under the parts section, they have accessories. So you can do that and you can order them right there. So if you don't see that, or your dealership says, hey, we can't order that option, As long as it says accessory on there, you should be able to get it right from your dealership. And then lastly in this video, we're gonna talk about making sure that you get your order to your dealership where they can understand it. That's where I created this little guy here. This is 3 and 4 pages long. There's a link in the description of this video, and it goes right to my personal website that you can print this out. And I did it in 3 different categories: a 1LT, a 2LT, and a 3LT. How genius, right? That's how many trim levels there are. So when you see this, and it's tough to see on here, there are a bunch of boxes, and it goes by color, it goes by interior trim, it shows the engine, transmission, all that stuff. There's check marks on there that are absolutely like standard equipment that can be overrode in some cases. So obviously there's only 1 engine, there's only 1 transmission now, there's 2 types of axles, the limited slip mechanical and the performance ratio. So the performance ratio is automatically going to happen when you go to Z51. So like stuff like that, you can check it and say, hey, I want this. But when the dealership is building that, this is not perfect, okay? This is not perfect in any way, shape, or form. I'm trying to make this extremely easy so that way you can do it and talk to your dealer. This is exactly what it looks like when we order a car at the dealership's level. So say you want yellow car with blue interior, right? That's not really something you can do, I don't believe. Maybe there's a color ride option. So if you tell the dealership that you want a yellow car with blue interior, and you highlight or check this to give to your dealer, when they go in there, they're gonna tell you that they can't do it because it's gonna give us a window that says this can't be done, or this can be done, but you gotta select this option as well, stuff like that. So this is gonna be really, really good for you to work with your dealer to make sure to do it. And then also it shows you all of the available options that are available to order. This is really, really important. So I mentioned those hash marks, right? The hash marks are nowhere in here. The carbon fiber mirrors, nowhere on this sheet. This is an official order system printout of what you can order from the factory right now as of Saturday when I printed this off and made this. A couple other things on here that you don't need to worry about. If they say LPO, limited production order, I mentioned that earlier. If it says LPO in there, maybe don't sit there and say, hey, I gotta have this right when it comes to the factory or from the factory, right? So what'll happen is, let's say that goes on constraint, it's gonna slow your car up. So maybe look at that LPO stuff and say, hey, you know what? I'm just gonna order it right straight from the dealership when my car arrives or after my car is built. So don't be so technical on that stuff to sit there and say, I've gotta have this, don't order my car without it. So if it says LPO, you can get that from the dealership. So some of the LPOs that are on here to kind of tell you, battery protection package. Don't really need that from the factory. You can order that from the dealership. Wheel locks, black lug nuts. That stuff can come from the dealership and doesn't have to come from the factory. Premium leather weekend travel bag, right? They're toting these travel bags and whatnot. You can get that there. Leather, the LPO storage bag for the removable hardtop. You don't have to get that from the factory, just get it from the dealer. I understand that having all these options on your car is really cool, but let's do the most important thing, and that's get your car to the dealership so that way you can have fun with it. A couple other things that we're going to talk about I'm going to go down to the Corvette Museum on August 2nd, and I think I've got a way that you can do Corvette Museum delivery and get the high wing spoiler. So stay tuned on that. I'm going to check with a couple things to make sure that I'm accurate on it, because I want to give out accurate information, because there's a lot of information out there that says you can't do National Corvette Museum and high wing spoiler. But I've got an idea that I think is going to work, and I'm going to check on that this week, and I'll update you on that as well. So if you want to do Corvette Museum, do it. It's awesome. It's fun. It's a huge excitement, and I got to go down on August 2nd to meet with one of my customers from Nebraska on doing it. So if you're in the area, stop by. I'll be there on August 2nd at the National Corvette Museum. So there you go. That's all the information that I think you need to get your Corvette ordered. And if you want to get an order, I have sold out all of my 2020 Corvette allocations. Down also, there's a link in the description below for updates. That way, if we get special order cars this year, somebody backs out of a car for some reason, that doesn't really happen with me much because it's a $5,000 non-refundable deposit when you put the order in to the factory with me. And then also, say an allocation becomes available, I got an extra allocation. There's a link in the description below that I'll text you and say, hey, I've got an order, and most likely the first person who gives me a deposit gets it. So sign up for that as well, and I'll give you updates as it comes along. So as always, you can tell my excitement levels through the roof in this video. I'm really excited to get my car. I'm really excited to show it to you, and I've got some really awesome ideas. I've got about 32, 33 vlog ideas as soon as I get this car, what I'm doing, and everybody's gonna love it. I'm gonna have a lot of fun. You guys are gonna love it. I'm gonna be able to show you everything about the car, and maybe we get enough thumbs up on this video, 10,000, I'll share with you exactly what I'm gonna order. So as always, thanks for watching. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, smash that bell, and turn all notifications on. Leave a thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks again for watching. Have a great day, and drive safely.